You might be asking yourself, or you might have heard someone ask, why Jesus Christ has taken so long to return. But then, there are two things that needs to be considered so far as the return of Jesus Christ is concerned. 1. Did Jesus give a specific timeline of his return? 2. What exactly does the Bible say about the return of Jesus Christ? Let's look at the first one here. Jesus did give a timeline that will indicate his coming in Matthew 24, yet still he kept on echoing that no one knows the specific date his return or the rapture will take place, not even himself. But this is where everything gets more interesting. Jesus Christ gave a series of events and prophecies that we should look out for as potential signs of his return. He told us to expect wars, famine, earthquakes, the outbreak of diseases, and the global spreading of the gospel. We can confidently say that all what he said are happening in several parts of the world today. If you switch your television now and did switch to any news channel, the first thing you might see is a coverage of war happening in some part of the world. If not that, you might chance on a natural disaster happening in one country or the other. All these are a direct reflection of the fulfillment of the prophecies Jesus Christ spoke about. So then, why hasn't he returned even after the fulfillment of these prophecies? After all, we have been waiting for over 2,000 years. But you know something? Things doesn't work that way. All the signs and prophecies Jesus Christ talked about does not necessarily indicate the specific date or time the rapture will take place, but rather the season it will take place. So Jesus Christ was simply saying that if we see the fulfillment of those signs, then we are in a season that officially marks the beginning of the end. Aside that, we also have to understand what exactly the Bible says about the end times. The specific books in the Bible that throws more light into the rapture and second coming of Christ is the book of Daniel, Ezekiel, the Gospel, and the book of Revelation. After conducting a thorough study of these books, we realized one thing: all the end-time prophecies in the Bible does not necessarily address the specific time the second coming of Christ will take place, but rather marks a season of events, which is an indicator that the coming of Christ can occur at any moment within that season. Let's take an example here. Assuming you are a student and your teacher one day comes to tell or inform you that you will be having an exam within the week. So then it's fair to say that the specific date Jesus Christ will return for his children or congregation has not tarried for long, but we are rather within the specific time frame and timeline the scriptures indicated. So what do we do next? Our job is not really to attempt to predict when the rapture will happen, but rather do our best to live and look like Christ each day. That way, even if the second coming of Christ takes place today, we are rest assured we have our places sealed in the bosom of Christ. Are you prepared for the second coming of Christ? If you are, kindly let us know in the comment section. Kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. Shalom.